Hi, I'm Ren.
I'm Susan.
We moved in here in 1983.
Almost 30 years ago now.
That's right, and it was kind of a small house at the time. Then in 1999, we worked with an architect and came up with a plan to enlarge the house and change it. And that's how we came up with where we are now, with about 2,400 square feet and 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. And one of the things we did was put all the hardwood in. The hardwood is nice and it kind of ties everything together.
The bonus space is the space in front of the house with big windows. The light comes streaming in and we just love to sit there. And I like to call it my reading room.
And it's just a little bit above the street, so it's a place where you can sit and wave at friends and neighbors as they go by. This is one of those streets too, and there are several in Ann Arbor where usually in, is it early May when the crab apples come out, and there's a few days when it's one of the most beautiful places around. There are no sidewalks here, there are just tree-lined streets, and the crab apples are beautiful in the spring. We get some great sunsets.
We also love walking down to Kerrytown Farmers Market on a Saturday morning. It's so much fun to take off from here with a backpack and go down and figure out what we're going to have for dinner that night.
One of the best things for us about this house is that the kitchen opens up into this family room that is also bonus space. This was practically useless. It was a 3-season porch before we made it a permanent part of the house. We have a lot of fun. We have been able to entertain here a lot, and we have some pretty big parties because the house lends itself well to that. Or for dinner parties, the kitchen is big enough for 2 of us to operate very well and to have guests around us as well. So we like to have people sit at the bar here while we're slinging hash and joking and laughing with people. We're close to everything. We love this side of town. It's very easy to get on the highway to the west. It's pretty easy to get to the east from here too.
Oh, it's 25 minutes from Metro Airport.
Right, it's easy to get to the airport from here. We have fallen in love with this side of town. It just seems like it's so close and convenient.
It feels like home.
Feels like home. What was the side yard is where we have put the master bath, master bedroom, and the walk-in closet. So the house is hardly recognizable now from what it was when we moved in. In our bedroom is a door that opens to a patio and a fountain and a kind of a private garden area.
I love having a glass of wine out there in the afternoon because the sun is coming down and it's just hitting through the trees and it dapples the light. And I can sit out there and listen to my fountain and see my grasses and watch them float in the air.
Or we sit out there at sunrise and I have a cup of coffee and Susan has a glass of wine. It's just great space. It's a great house for spending time, and it's a great house for sharing with people. You'll notice as you look around that the ceilings are angled. I call it an origami look. It looks like folded paper, and that's what the architect came up with to make it look interesting when you couldn't take a 50s house and make it much larger, but you could go up with the ceiling and add angles. And so between the angles and the hardwood and the granite and the stone finishes, it makes it into an interesting space.
I had a lot of fun choosing light fixtures, and you'll see that on some of the cabinets there are little men climbing, different stages of climbing, and it was just so much fun. And we have them around the new part of the house, and people like to discover them.
Our guests have had so much fun kind of pointing those out and then coming back and telling us, oh, I saw one in the other room there too.
it's a really wonderful place to live. I grew up right down the street.
We love the neighborhood. It's about 1.5 miles downtown, so we do walk to Kerrytown from here. We're very close to Forsyth and Wines, and through the years we've gone up there to play football or to play frisbee, and so that's real handy. We also are very close to Bird Hills, and we walk and run through there on a regular basis.
It's so beautiful, even, you know, every season of the year, but in the spring when the trilliums come out, and then in the fall with the leaves changing color. Bird Hills Park is just fabulous. Well, we like the neighborhood so well that we have helped a couple of people buy in our neighborhood who were looking for something in possibly Ann Arbor Hills or over on the east side of town, and we said, well, let us show you our neighborhood, and they fell in love with it.
Yeah, see?